appointment, I'm about to be like, babe, my car broke down just to see what you're gonna do.
Okay.
Are you gonna come and get me? Are you gonna? Because if not, why am I giving it to you?
Cause you wanna me. Like,
I got toys all in the closet.
Nah, check me out, cuz. Personally, I'm not laying down with no woman that I wouldn't see about. However, I know what type of I'm bringing to the bedroom. So with that being said, it ain't just you giving to me, beloved. I done broke that down every time you came over here. No, this not toxic. If is what you giving to me and I'm giving good back, then that just equaled out that part of the transaction. So if you down bad, because my thing is this, y'all got a whole song that the DJ can drop the beat on, and y'all say in unison that broke boys don't deserve no. Beloved, if you over there struggling, done fell behind on your bills, I'm taking my dick and I'm going home. I'm going home. I did my job. I don't owe you else.
Oh my God.
Unless that's what we got going on, I don't owe you nothing else.
There we go.
Way too much entitlement for the bro. Way too much.
So
I gotta say, he killed that one. And it's crazy how entitled these women are. But I'm gonna have to call cap on that one, brother. I don't believe you. But I must say, that was very entertaining and you killed it.
what do you suggest the women in the West do if everyone's advice is for men in the West to look elsewhere for a wife? What happens to all the women in the West then?
Well, that one study we referenced that said by 2030 or something, 50% of women will be without a man. So that's the direction we're heading, because the men that are looking for those traditional values are starting to go overseas, and then the other half of the men are just checking out completely. They don't want to deal with women at all. So this is going to be a big issue that women are going to deal with in the future as their options dwindle.
Okay, so we did.
I think the future for American women is they'll just be having sex with each other. I mean, at least homosexuality is accepted between women, but men are going to leave. Ain't no man going to be dealing with the attitude. And I'll be surprised if for long women even deal with women's attitude. They'll straighten up eventually, but if men could see what they get overseas, women in America have a tough competition ahead of them.
In Thailand and ended up going to a music festival together.
How many inches are those? How many inches is that?
I know TikTok goes crazy about ladyboys, but no, she's not a ladyboy. We matched on Tinder, but it is Thailand. You got to be careful. I actually asked her that question the first time we hung out.
I love anime too. You watch any anime? Yeah. Yeah, how about anime? Every episode?
Everything.
Oh my god.
I can tell about everything.
Shayla is a weeb. She's a weeb.
I used to be.
Are you sure you're not a ladyboy?
Who's more secure? Someone who tells you the truth and doesn't care.
I see male-female relationships in the future being that women are going to be taking care of the men that they want to be with, because all the men that they really want to be with are going to have the options to move overseas, and they're going to take their bag and they're going to move overseas. Women want a guy with freedom who's an entrepreneur who can work when he wants, but that guy is going to leave because he has the option to leave, and he's going to find something better somewhere else.
What happens, or someone who doesn't say anything to you because they're scared of what could happen.
The first option, someone who tells you the truth.
So I would argue your boyfriend was very secure. He told you the truth and didn't care about the consequences.
He told me the truth because he wanted me to stop.
But that means he's secure.
Yeah. He's insecure because he's...
By your own definition.
Well, if you want to say it like that, yeah.
You see what I did there? Because women love to say men are insecure when they put boundaries on women. But what I argue that when a man puts a boundary on you, he's very secure because he's telling you what he really likes and doesn't like at the cost of possibly losing you. He's actually insecure if he doesn't say anything because he's not secure where the relationship is and he's scared to lose you. Why is it that there's all these garbage men? Why are all these guys doing all these difficult jobs, labor, construction, etc.? You think they dream of wanting to do that? No, they do it because they understand for me to get a wife, for me to get a family, etc., I have to do things that I don't want to do to earn money because my name is dependent upon my status and my income ability. Women don't have that same brain. That's why women can go into career fields that don't make money. Look at the top 10 jobs that don't make money. Women dominate those. Top 10 jobs that do earn money, especially that are dangerous, dominated by men. Men are willing to take more risks. It's biological.
Happy husbands, I feel like we would be
different. Like we wouldn't, you know.
Do you disagree with her sentiment about happy wife, happy life?
Yes.
Why?
Why?
Because that's like a manipulation. Like I feel like when I hear that, because I know a few people who are actually married and who are like, oh, happy wife, happy, like literally my adopted dad just said this, happy wife, happy life, like a week ago. And I know what's going on behind the scenes. It's basically like manipulation with that. Like I think if it's a happy husband, I'm happy. But I think when they're like, oh, happy wife, happy life, I don't think the woman, you could do, like for those type of women, I don't think anything could make them happy. Even when they're man, I don't know. I feel like when they say that, it's like the husband's like a pet. And they're like, oh, happy. I don't know. I don't. Absolutely.
Because like if you think about it, look at all the men that are like, oh, happy wife, happy life. They're all.
Yeah, that's a quote that us in America, we need to get up off of. We need to call that the simp quote. The quote needs to be happy wife, happy husband, happy life. Don't ever discount your happiness for anybody, because all that rage and all that upsetness is going to be built up inside of you, and eventually it's going to break out, or eventually it's going to cause all types of animosity and hatred towards either an individual woman or women in general. And that's not what we want. We want respect as men, and that's how your relationship's going to last, when you respect your woman and you get respect, and vice versa.
Why do you think it is today that a lot of American men are going overseas to find wives?
I cannot relate. It is the real thing, but it's just insecurity. Think overseas, go overseas, babe. I completely disagree, because it takes a whole lot of courage, a whole lot of self-confidence, somewhat of financial stability, and a passport, which a lot of chicks don't even have, for a man to go overseas and find his wife. And actually, really be the ones who are complaining about men leaving the U.S. to find their wives. It be the women themselves. Isn't it true that you hear so many women online talking about, leave, we don't want you here, leave, go find yourself a doormat, leave, you think you're better than everybody else now since you have a passport, where are you going? Basically, women are shaming men and insulting them for trying to do better for themselves. I hear women talking about they want to do better for themselves all the time. So what's wrong when a man wants to do that for himself? Unfortunately, some women in America are not submissive, they are way too masculine, and they don't want to cater to a man. So girlfriend, you may look feminine, but if your attitude stinks, what is a man supposed to do besides moving on? And then you're going to be mad at him for it and call him insecure?
Black America.
Some. How about 90% of women are masculine? 90% of women I come across have attitudes. So yes, we're going to leave.
Women are the most masculine women on earth. And so like a lot of the times, black women, like they'll always ask me like why I'm not dating a black woman. And it's like, you know, if I'm going outside and I'm fighting off demons and dragons and trying to provide like the best lifestyle for my future like children and my significant other, like I don't want to come home to another battle at home, right? I don't want to be sleeping next to someone who is like domineering, who's like very like outspoken, like very masculine. Yeah, I definitely prefer Thai women for sure.
American women need to know that we're on the same team. I'm not your competition. I don't want to compete with you. It seems like feminism is saying to women, you can compete with men. You're just as good as men. But we don't want to compete with y'all. We barely want to compete with other men if we don't have to.